Hello, sir.
Hello, can you hear me now? Shakil, can you hear me? No, Shakil can't hear us still.
Uh,
So,
cannot.
so let's move forward. As I
Okay.
said earlier, you know, for this exercise, I'm choosing as I said earlier.
Okay.
See, this is one way of adding more point, right?
Okay.
Then at the beginning, I what?
I forget. You can say,
Or you
or I
can say
said.
I forgot, or I said, or I mentioned.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have what
I have described maybe.
I have described, or I have mentioned, or I have talked about. Talk is not an option here. So now, what dash can I say?
What else can I say?
What else can I say? Then I'd just
What
like to dash something about.
to add more? Add more or this?
I just like to add something about. Okay, or what else? Okay, fine, enough. Then one thing I dash to mention.
I forgot.
I forgot to mention, right?
Oh,
Yes, yes, that's
yeah.
good. So now these are the points. Just try to memorize these phrases and try to use these phrases in your talk now. Okay,
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Shakil, now you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. Okay, now I'm moving forward to the next exercise. But before that, take a screenshot of these answers if you want to.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Or Abdurrahman, you can write down these things on your handouts, the workbook that I have given you, if you want.
Yes.
Okay. Shall I move on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, here is another candidate known as, her name is Sanam, and she's completing the same task. Describe a time when you help someone and blah, blah, blah. Now,
Okay.
watch her video, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then you will tell me that does she cover all of the points in the task or she missed something?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you asked me to describe a time when I helped someone. I helped Eileen, who is my best friend in Ankara. I helped her actually last year because she was very sick and ill, and she has nobody at home to help her. And she called me and she asked me if I can help her. So I went to her home and she was very ill. She got a high temperature and she is shaking. And she was shaking, and I gave medication to her, but she threw it up, and it was so horrible. And I was very worried about her, so I picked up her to the hospital. That was the last thing that I can do for her. And we got to the emergency, and they gave some medication via her veins. So it went well, and her temperature went down or decreased a little, and we waited or stayed at hospital that night, and I prepared and I bought food for her, soup for her, and she was quite I was very worried about her, and I thought that he was poisoned instead of flu because she started to throw up. But a doctor said that there was no worry, that you don't need to be worried about that. This medication will help her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So, which point did she miss?
maybe the last version, the last point.
How she felt about helping this person, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now she went into too much of detail for these 2 points actually.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So a better way is to just during your practice sessions, as I have told you earlier, that just record yourself and try to see that what how does it actually feel to talk for 2 minutes. Sometimes it sounds you that, oh my god, I'm talking and talking, but when you look at the clock or stopwatch, you had only talked for maybe 1 minute 20 seconds.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so try to get a real-time feeling through video recording to judge that, okay, how many points should be enough to talk for 2 minutes and how much detail you need to cover. So it's a good idea that during your practice sessions, during these videos, you talk for about 1 minute 45 seconds and cover all the points in one go, and then you can refer back to any previous idea again, so that
Yes,
if
sir.
after that examiner stops you, before that you have covered all the points. Okay, but remember,
Yes.
don't rush like Emanali. He covered all his points in less than 1 minute 20 seconds. So try to speak for 1 minute 45 seconds, and then you can refer back to any of the previous ideas.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's move forward. And one more point I want you to focus on in this talk, although we will cover this point later on, that is, she made a mistake and then she corrected herself. Like when I'm talking to you, sometimes what happens, I just say that, well, she didn't talk, and then I correct myself. She didn't talk.
Okay.
So it's
Yes,
better
sir.
to correct yourself then and there. Fine. So now I'm moving forward. Look at this exercise. Watch Sanem and Emanali talking at the end of part 2. Write down the questions the examiner asked. So what are these questions? Rounding off questions. Do you remember this? What are rounding off questions? These are the questions, 1 or 2 questions, which are asked by the examiner about same topic at the end of your talk, 2 minutes talk. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So now I want you to observe what questions examiner asked from Sanem and Emanali. Okay?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
So, do you like helping other people?
Sure. Yeah. Like charities. Yeah.
Thank you.
I prefer helping other people, especially old people, because they always need help. Yeah.
Thank you. So, do your friends help you when you have a problem?
Yeah, that's important. I think to have someone that supports you in everyday problems that can come up every day. For example, when I worried for the university, and it happens quite often, the same friend I was talking about earlier always helps me and give me some advice about how I should act, how I should the attitude I should take up to deal with my problems in a better way.
Thank you.
So what were the questions?
So,
Do you like helping others?
people, yes, sir.
And
Your friend-
yeah.
Problem.
Do your friends help you when you are in trouble?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So now, improving fluency and coherence. 2 of the criteria your examiner will use to assess your speaking are coherence and fluency. Coherence means how easy it is for the listener to follow and understand your ideas. Just as in writing, your notes can help you to organize and link your ideas in a logical way. I hope you remember the writing lessons in which I told you that you need to plan before you start writing.
Okay.
Okay, so just as in writing, your notes can help you to organize and link your ideas in a logical way. One way of linking your ideas is using words and phrases like after that, because of this, but also, and if you remember, these points or these words or these linking devices were taught to you in speaking test. Do you remember that? Connecting similar ideas, connecting different ideas, words, to give some examples, to conclude, to give reasons, and so on. So fluency refers to the speed of your delivery and how hesitant you are. So that means it is not just a speed of delivery. It also means that how hesitant you are. When you are hesitant, what happens? Or things like that. Okay. So these are the sounds which a candidate produces when he or she is hesitant to speak. Fluency means speed and hesitance, right? But remember, speed doesn't mean that you are talking at a very fast pace, but after every 2 words you get stuck. So this is not a good speed. Instead,
Yes.
if you are maintaining a normal speed like I'm doing now, but you are fluent, you are not taking pauses, unnecessary pauses, and you are not hesitant in talking, and you are not saying a lot, that means you are fluent. Okay? Then, sorry. Now watch Melanie giving her talk. As you listen, look at the task and answer. How does Melanie begin her talk? Remember, I will give you one sentence to that you can use for almost all kind of topics. Okay, and I want you guys to memorize that sentence.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So at the end, I will teach you. But for now, just observe how Melanie begin her talk. Okay. Then you have to fill in the blanks in Melanie's sentences, but just ignore this question because it will require you to listen to her talk for twice or thrice. Okay. This is the same sentence that I was talking about, and I will tell you myself at the end. Just look at number 3. How does she use the information in the question to help organize her ideas?
Okay.
Actually, she used the questions which are written here to organize her ideas. Okay. So just observe how does she do it, and also observe how does she begin her talk. These 2 things. Okay. So I'm playing it now. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
You asked me to describe a time when I helped someone. To that aim, I've chosen to talk about Aniceto. Last summer, I went to the United States in Miami to visit my uncle because he's been living there for 10 years, and he married an American woman. And so I went to visit him just as a tourist, but then I decided to take English lessons to improve my English. And I met a Venezuelan boy, and he couldn't speak English at all. So I wanted to help him practicing his English. And he has also a problem, it's that he's dyslexic. So it was very, very difficult for him. I'm not very good in English, but I could help him a little. So we were practicing our English together and just speaking, writing, and listening to music and movies, watching movies too. And so that's it. That's how I helped him with just practicing our English. Why I wanted to do that? just like that, because he was very friendly and I could practice my English too, so it wasn't just for him, it was also a little for me. How I help this person? Just just practicing every day, and sometimes we met in shopping centers and we had a very good time together. What was the result? He said me recently that some people say that now he has a French accent, so maybe it wasn't a good thing, but I think he improved a lot. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So, how does she start?
I can say she starts, and it's not like a paraphrasing, but she starts from asking same question from to herself.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. So, but start was somewhat different. Apart from that, she used same words which were written in the question to link her ideas or to organize her ideas. Fine?
Okay.
Now, but the starting sentence is very interesting here. First, I want to show you that sentence. That sentence is, you asked me to describe a time. Here, can you see that? Number 2 in the answers? Yes. Okay. Okay, this one. Focus at this point. You asked me to describe a time when I helped someone. To that aim, I have chosen to talk about an stove. Okay. Now, this gives you a standard sentence that you can use with some variation in almost all kind of topics.
Okay.
Okay, but I will change it a little bit. Let me show you how I will change it. And I want you guys to please note it down.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you there, Shakil?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, one thing is, I have been asked to talk about dash. Okay. And to that aim, I have chosen, or I have decided to something.
Okay.
Or you can say, I have been, okay, that's fine, right? So, this is a standard sentence that you can use anywhere. Like if there's a topic in which examiner asks you to describe a teacher who influenced you. So in that case, you would say, I have been asked to talk about a teacher who has been a great influence on my life. Okay, or who left a great impact on my life.
Okay.
And to that aim, or you can also say, for that purpose.
Okay.
For that purpose, I have chosen, or I have decided to talk about my teacher, IELTS teacher, okay, Ijaz bin Hasan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I have been asked to talk about this. This is a standard sentence that you can use everywhere.
Okay.
Yes,
Please
sir.
note it down. Both of you, please note it down.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now, you see, when you enter the examination hall for speaking test, examination room, it is understood that you would be under pressure. You would have some pressure, you know.
Yes,
So
sir.
during first few questions are very easy, but because of that pressure, sometimes candidates, they make some mistakes, or they are not very confident in answering the questions. But as you enter in the section 2, this time you get some time to think and make notes. So, this is a new life for you. Try to give
Yes.
a
Okay.
good impression now. So what happens, students, make some good points, but they fail to take a good start for section 2.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I have given you this sentence.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so that you must not worry about taking a start now. You have a prepared answer for that. You just focus on what? On the points, and that's it. Okay, right. So now I'm moving forward.
Okay.
Now, these are the sentences, or you can say these are, two parts of different sentences. Each sentence of Melanie have been broken down into 2 pieces. You have to join them.
Okay.
Okay, like I decided to take English lessons. So
Okay.
you just join it with what? I could practice my English too. No.
I am not.
Yes.
I am not a very good English. But
Okay, let
yes,
me
I'm not
solve
good.
first for you. Okay, I'm solving first for
Yes.
you.
Oh.
And it is 2. I went
Okay.
to visit my uncle just as a tourist, but then I decided to take English lesson.
Yes, sir.
This but then. Now this is a linking word, linking device.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so try to use these devices. Now read number B and then link it with 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Remember that.
Yes.
Sorry, remember one point. All these A, B, C, D, and A to H, these are last portions of each sentence. Like here, if you see, I went to visit my uncle just as a tourist. This is first half of the sentence. And these portions are the endings, sentence endings.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
So now, please go ahead and I'll ask you one by one about these questions. So now, Abdurrahman, it is your turn. I helped him.
Okay. You asked me to describe a time when I helped someone. To that okay, should I start from the one or start from the letters?
Start from the 1.
Okay, ask me to say something. About one, I think H.
H, right? Let's
Then
say.
last meeting, when I help someone, to that time, I have chosen to talk about Anisto.
You asked me to describe a time when I have done. Very good. So you are saying that for number 1, it is H, right?
Yes.
Okay. And for number 2, it was A, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's move forward, and Shakil, it's your turn. Can you
Yes,
tell
sir.
me? I met
Part
a
number 2.
Venezuelan boy and.
I helped him, sir.
Okay. Let's say you are telling me that it is B, right? Okay, I'm crossing
sir.
it. Now, Abdurrahman, number 4.
Okay, I'm not very good. I'm not very good at English, but I couldn't speak. He wasn't good. Okay, I could help him a lot, a little.
A little, yeah. Okay, next.
C.
Yeah, C. Number 5. So that's it. That's how.
How he was it?
So that's it. That's how he could.
Now you see, your
B, sir.
mistake. B, yeah.
Yes, sir. D.
No, B.
B, sir.
Yeah. So that's it. That's how I help him.
Yes, sir.
So that's it. That's how I help him. Abdurrahman, can you note it?
Yes, that's how I.
So that means this B was incorrect. So what should I put here? I met a Venezuela boy and
I met a Venezuela boy and
He was very friendly, sir. G, sir.
speak at all.
what about D?
D.
D for dog, yeah. He couldn't speak English at all. I met a Venezuelan boy and he couldn't speak English at all.
Okay. How about he was very friendly.
Okay,
Very
let's see.
friendly.
Okay, both of you are going for friendly option, right? So I'm writing G here. Okay, so we will see.
Yes.
Now I wanted to do that because
He is very friendly, sir.
you see that?
Yes, sir.
Why? Why she wanted to help?
Okay,
Because he was very friendly.
Friendly. Yes, sir.
So now I will put G here. So number 3 is still left, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you can complete 7 and 8 and then come back, right?
I could practice my English too. I could practice my English
I
too.
could
So
practice my English too, so
it was. So it was not just for him.
Yeah.
It was also for me.
It was also for
Yes.
me. Fine,
yes,
good.
sir.
E.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next.
Some people say that.
So maybe it was a good thing.
It wasn't a good thing, yeah.
F, sir.
Because this girl is French and she is teaching to another person. And you know,
Yes.
because her accent is French, so because of that, you know, her student also had the same accent. Got it?
Okay.
So
Yes, sir.
now maybe it wasn't a good thing. So this is F. So now you are left with what? Only one option. A is here, B is here, C is here. D is not there.
D, sir.
So I met a Venezuela boy and he couldn't speak English at all.
Correct.
Clear?
Yes.
But
Yes.
this exercise was meant to highlight few points. And those points were these linking devices. And to that aim, for that purpose, but then,
Yes, sir.
okay, and that's it, that's how, because to, so now, so maybe, and blah, blah. But these
Okay.
really, you know, generate a very strong link and it becomes very easy for the listener to get your point.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have already watched it, and do you want me to play it again, or you you are okay with the answers you have already attempted? Can I move forward?
Yes, sir.
One question for you for this one. Okay. She
Yeah.
was asking about the question about the question, how you helped him and why, how do you help him? So you can ask yourself and also answer.
Yeah. Okay, I'm getting it. Like she just, you know, narrated the same question once she moved from one idea to the next.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But try to paraphrase it, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, if you know, if you are unable to do it, that's fine. If you are unable to paraphrase it, then you know, just taking some word from the question is okay. But it's better to paraphrase it.
Okay.
Now, it is important to use a variety of language. Do you think Melanie uses a variety of connecting words and phrases, or does she repeat the same ones? So actually, she uses a variety of, linking devices. We have already seen.
Yes, sir.
Melanie also connect her ideas using pronouns. Look again at the sentence ending A to H and highlight all of the pronouns. So in this, if you see,
Okay.
I decided to take English lessons. In this, I, is a pronoun. I helped him.
Yes.
Him is referring to what? To Anisto.
Okay.
Similarly, he couldn't speak English at all. So in this case, who is he? Anisto. It
Yes.
wasn't.
Yes, sir.
What does she mean by it? If you remember, Abdurrahman, our writing lesson, we did a similar exercise in that as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now what does this referring to? Can you tell me? It wasn't.
It was.
Yeah.
It was also for me. Maybe for practice, or for the.
Yeah, exactly. Practicing English was not only for him, it was for me, and what is me?
No.
Me means
It's for
this.
her.
Yeah, Melanie, right? It wasn't a
Yes.
good thing. So what wasn't a good thing?
It wasn't
Her
a good thing.
accent, his French accent. The accent
Okay,
that
yeah.
he copied from his teacher. Okay?
Yes.
He was very friendly. Again, same person. I have chosen. So pronouns actually help you. Do you remember that how to use pronouns? We did this exercise in writing class. So Shakil, you missed it, but it was
Yes.
kind of like if I have to talk about internet. So there's no synonym of internet. So what I would do, I would say something, well, this technology or this virtual connection or this connectivity, fine.
Yes.
So we
Yes,
can,
sir.
use this, that, it's these are pronouns to avoid repetition. Okay.
Yes.
So now next. I'm skipping it.
She.
So these are the pronouns we have already covered. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay, now watch Saida and think about coherence and fluency. Saida is one who is Abdurrahman, it's your time for prayers.
Okay.
Okay, so let's conclude our lesson today here. Okay,
Okay.
and we'll resume from this slide again tomorrow, inshallah.
Tomorrow, inshallah. Okay.
Right, take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yashkil.